Good afternoon, friends. Today we are going to see estimation. So, what is meant by estimation? Suppose I am going to buy some chocolates for you. Suppose in your class we have 25 students. How many chocolate I have to buy? From a shop I have to buy approximately 30 chocolates. So, the word approximate, it shows an idea of numbers. Suppose there were approximately 500 people in that auditorium, which means it is not accurate, but it is almost 500. It may be 498 or 510, but we say that there were approximately 500 people were there. So it is a rough figure showing approximate value. For example, approximately 20,000 people were killed in the war. So it doesn't show the actual value, maybe 19,920 or something, but we say approximately 20,000 and approximately 10 kilometers from Rajakumari to Rajakad, which means the distance between Rajakumari and Rajakad will be 9.8 or 10.3 or something, but we say approximate value around 10 kilometer. So we don't say accurate value, we say an approximate value. So I will show one video, then we can come back.
Meet Adam here. He's a very smart and a hardworking guy, and he has earned a promotion at his office because of his hard work. To celebrate the occasion, he has organized a party for his friends and fellow colleagues. He has sent an invitation across to 91 people. Moreover, Adam has decided to order dinner for each person attending the party. Here is a simple question for you. How many dinner plates should Adam order? Should he order 91 plates for 91 people, or should it be some other number? Well, most of you would have thought that Adam must order for more than 91 plates, and it's kind of obvious too. It's not really clear how many people are going to attend the party. Some people might not attend due to personal reasons. Some might even get guests along with them. So the number of people attending the party can either be less than 91 or more than 91. It can even be 91, but that would be a rare case. Then how many plates should Adam order? Adam certainly does not want to order lesser than 91 plates. But why? Well, it'll be real embarrassment for him if he runs out of food in front of his guests, and he would not want that. So yes, Adam will definitely order more than 91 plates. Maybe 100 plates is a good number. 100 in this situation is the most reasonable estimation of 91 that comes to our mind, isn't it? Yes, we can say that this is a fair estimation in this situation. Hopefully, Adam wouldn't run out of food now. There are many situations like this in our life where we have to estimate the number of things. On your birthday, you distribute chocolates to your friends in the class, don't you? You usually bring more chocolates along than the number of students there in your class. If there are 42 students in your batch, then you will probably bring 50 chocolates. Sometimes in the news, you'd have read something like this. Go through what's written. Here the word approximately is used. It means this is an estimated number. The number can be more than 50,000 or less than 50,000. This number gives us a fair idea about the attendance, and we're not really interested in exact figures anyway. In such situations and many other ones, we don't really need the precise total number of things or people. We have to use estimation in those situations. But how exactly do we estimate numbers? Is estimation always good? Estimation also has its conditions. We cannot simply estimate the numbers to any limit. We listed out few of the situations that we may come across in our life where we have to estimate the numbers. We mostly estimate numbers by rounding them off. Now, I want you to understand something really well. Estimation solely depends on one thing. It depends on the number which is being estimated. It depends on what the number represents. For example, let's say we want to round off number 74. What is the best approximation or estimation of the number 74 that you can think of? Is it 70 or 100? The answer depends on what 74 represents in the real world. Say the 74 represents the number of students present in your class on any regular day. Say a Monday. Here, 70 is a good estimation of 74. However, 100 is not quite a good estimation here. There can't be that many students in a class. So we can say that around 70 students were present on Monday. So in this situation, 70 is a reasonably fair approximation of the number 74. But let me give you another situation here. Say the number 74 represents the price of any commodity excluding taxes. If this is the case, then it is fair to assume the actual price of that commodity to be around 100 rupees with all the taxes included. So in this case, 100 is a better estimation of 74. So the estimation of any number solely depends on what that number is representing in the real world. Depending on what that number is representing, we can estimate the numbers in different ways. Estimating to the nearest 10 by rounding off, or estimating to the nearest 100 or 1000 by rounding off, and so on. Let's look at the first case. That is, estimating the numbers by rounding them off to the nearest 10. What do you mean by the nearest 10? Nearest 10 here means nearest multiples of 10. What are the multiples of 10? 10, 20, 30, 90, 100, 110, 220, and so on. Okay, let us understand this with the help of an example. Let's round off the number 49 to the nearest 10. What is the multiple of 10 which is nearest to 49? Yes, it's 50. So we can say that 50 is a good estimation of 49 to the nearest 10. What about 48? Which multiples of 10 is nearest to 48? It's 50 again. Similarly, 50 is a round figure of 47 as well as 46 to the nearest 10. What about 41? Is 50 here the best estimation for 41 to the nearest 10? Not really. If we are talking about the nearest multiple of 10, then 40 is much nearer to 41 than 50. So 40 is the best estimation of 41 as the nearest multiple of 10. 40 is also the best estimation of 42, 43 and 44. As you can see, only number remaining in the 40s is 45. What about it? Which multiple of 10 is near to this number? 40 or 50? Well, we see that both 40 and 50 are equidistant from 45. However, by convention we consider 50, that is the higher multiple of 10, to be the estimation of 45 to the nearest 10. Okay, now here is a question for you to answer. Round off these three numbers to the nearest 10. Best of luck. Well, the nearest multiple of 10 to the number 12 is 10. That's right. So 12 is rounded down to 10. What about 89? Should it be rounded to 80 or 90? The nearest multiple of 10 to the number 89 is 90. And 225? 225 is equally close to 230 as it is to 220. By convention, we take the round figure of 225 as 230. Let's consider a few bigger numbers now. Estimation of 428 is 430. And that of 5686 is 5690.
So we have studied about estimating to tens. So now we are going to see estimating to the nearest tens. So nearest tens means we have to estimate it to nearest tens. For example, in the case of 29, so the nearest 10 is 30. So I have to estimate to the 30. I have to estimate this number to 30. So for that, For example, 32. The nearest 10 is it's also 30. So if the digit at ones place, estimating to the nearest tens, for that we have to look at the digit at ones place. For example, 128 and 192. So look at this example. If digit at ones place is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have 2. So the digit at ones place is 2. So or any of this number, then we have to round down to the previous 10. So you have to round the number to the previous 10. Here the previous 10 is 190 and the next multiple of 10 is 200. So we have to round it to previous 10, 190. So if it is greater than 4, which is if it is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc., I have to round it to 200. So if the digit at ones place is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we have to round up to next 10, 128. Here the ones digit is 8. So I have to round up to the next 10. Next 10 is 130. Multiple of 10 is equal to 10, 20, 30, etc., 100, 110, etc. So 130 is a multiple of 10. So I have to round it to 130. Examples are given. 12 can be rounded to 10 because if 2 is at ones place, we have to round it to previous 10. Previous 10 is 10. For 9, we have to round it to next 10. It is 30. For 5, we will also round it to next 10. We have 160, 170. Since it is 5, we have to round it to 170. Now we are going to estimate to nearest hundreds. We learned already to estimate to nearest tens. Now we are going to estimate to nearest hundreds. So you have to look at the multiples of 100. In the case of 192, the nearest 100 is 200. Like that. You have to look at the tens place. For example, 283. I have to estimate to nearest 100. So tens place we have to look at this value. Here tens place is 8. So which is the second condition. So I have to round up to the next 100. Next 100 is 300. After 283, the next 100 is 300. So this is the estimation. In the case of 290, suppose 329. Look at the value at tens place. It is 2. So we have to round to previous 100. Previous 100 is 300. So this is how we are estimating. Examples are given. Look at this digit at tens place. 2. So to previous 100. 9. Therefore to next 100. 600. After then next 100 is 700. Here tens place is 6. So we have to round this term into next 100. So 1400. Likewise, we have to estimate to nearest thousands. And for thousands, I have to check the digit at hundreds place. For example, 2835. Check hundreds place. It is 8. So I have to round it to next 1000. Here next 1000 is 3000. For example, 8135. The value at 100 place is 1. So I have to round it to previous 1000. Here previous 1000 is 8000. Examples are given 4589. If it is 5, you have to round it to next thousand. Here it is also 5. 2,96,845. Here at hundreds place we have 8, so I have to round it to next thousand, which is 700. So 22,97,000 is the estimation. So here are some homeworks. Try yourself. You have 3 type of homeworks: estimating to tens, and to nearest hundreds, and to nearest thousands. Okay, thank you.